Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel Psychology with Andri, and I hope you all know that CUET-PG 2025 forms are out. And today in this video we are going to start about what is the application process, what is going to be the exam pattern, and I particularly talk about psychology, so I'm going to share my experience how I went through all of this. Exactly 1 year ago I was in the same spot as you are right now, so I can be the best guide that you have. During my preparation time, I did not feel any YouTuber is trying to give a valuable lesson to their viewers. They are just trying to sell the course, and I'm not here to sell any course or charge any money from you. So I'm just going to talk about how I went through the exam and how you all can also do good in the exam. I scored 238 out of 300 in my exam, and I really think that if you just follow what I say, you can definitely score 270 above. There were some mistakes that I did, I hope you don't do, which I'm going to talk about further in this video. And 270 plus scoring in this exam is like a piece of cake if you just stay sincere and follow my advice. So let's just review the NTA PDF that they sent about the exam schedule and all the important dates that you have. I have posted this PDF on my Telegram channel. You guys can check it out on my Telegram channel. The link is in the description. Okay, and if you have any personal queries, you want to talk to me personally, I don't charge anything for that. You can reach out to me on Instagram whenever I'm free. I reply to you. So first, the online submission form, that is from 2nd January to 1st February. So you guys have 1 month in your hand to fill out the forms application process. And then the last date of transaction of examination fee, that's 2nd February. So that means that you have like 1 month of time to arrange for examination fees. I know the examination fees is very high, which is not nice for the government because this exam is not that expensive. It shouldn't be that expensive. It's just a postgraduate exam, but I just feel that it's violation of rights or something, because last year it's 1200 and this year they have raised it to 1400 for general category, and for other categories also OBC has 1200 fees. We'll go through that, but yeah, you just kind of have to bear with it, but I don't think they should charge so much for this exam. Anyways, then on 3rd of February to 5th of February you have correction window. Correction window basically means that if you have filled any wrong details in your application form and you have locked the form, they will open the portal between 3rd February to 5th February, and then you can correct all the wrong information that you have filled by mistake. Sometimes students do, I also did, so that's why we need correction window. So that's great. Also, like, although they have specified that 2nd February or 1st February is the last date to fill out the application process, but history tells NTA always and always shift their registration dates. Like last year also they kept on taking registrations for like mid of February as well. They kept on shifting it. So I'm really hoping they will going to do that this time as well. So what is going to be your exam pattern, and most important question is there going to be a general papers, which is very good news that there is no general paper this time as well like last year. But it's bad news also because it increases the competition, and a lot of students have the potential to score 270 plus. So that's a drawback over there, but it's a good thing that you don't have to prepare for a general paper, but you have to prepare for your subject specific paper, that is in whichever subject you want to do masters. Like I wanted to do masters in psychology, so I chose psychology subject and I gave exam for psychology subject. Some students are confused between should I take economics or sociology in my masters, so they give paper in economics, sociology and psychology. So you have option to give 4 papers at a time. Okay, so some students want to do law, so they give LLB paper as well. So there are different papers for different subjects, whichever you want to take in masters. I wanted to take psychology, so I only filled out form for psychology. Then there is time of examination, and it is mentioned that the examination will take place in 3 shifts, which does not mean that you have to go through 3 shifts. It just means that there are going to be time slots which they will announce. There is basically morning time slot, afternoon time slot, and evening time slot. Okay, so in morning time slot there are going to be some subject papers that they will take. In afternoon, some other subjects. So I had my exam on 20th March, and it was between 12:30 to something. So it was the afternoon slot that I got into. So it just means that you are going to get one of these slots, one of these shifts. It does not mean that you are going to give paper for 3 shifts. Okay, some of my students had this doubt, so I'm just clearing that up here. Okay, then you are going to get 90 minutes for the exam. Last year we got 1 hour 45 minutes, but this time it's 1 hour 30 minutes, because you don't actually need so much of time to do this paper, because it's simply MCQ paper, and plus subject specific. You don't have to really put much brain into it if you have studied. If you have not, then that's a different case. But if you have studied, 90 minutes, it's plenty of time to do this paper. You are going to get 75 questions of your subject, whichever subject you filled. For me it's psychology, so I got psychology specific questions, 75 questions. For each correct answer I got 4 marks, and for each incorrect answer 1 mark was deducted. Now this does not mean that I will get 3 marks and 1 marks will be deducted like I thought this at that time. But it actually means that if I attempt any question wrong, then I am going to get deducted whole 5 marks. Like 4 marks of that question is already going, and 1 marks that I already got in another question, that's also going. So basically you need to remember here is that if you don't know the answer of a question, if you have not studied that topic, don't answer the question. Don't do guesses there, because that is going to actually reduce your marks. Okay, if you have studied that topic, attempt that question. Don't guess the answer if you don't know that topic. Just that. Okay, so each correct answer you're going to get 4 marks. Each incorrect answer you're going to get deducted 1 marks. And if you leave the question unanswered, then you are not going to get any marks on that question. Okay, let that sink in. Start doing MCQ, start doing papers. You'll get plenty of papers online. You can ask ChatGPT to make a paper for you. Just say make a paper for CUET-PG 2025. So start doing papers, because that's very crucial for your practice. Now moving on to further, yeah, so here's the fees. For general category it's 1400, OBC it is 1200, SEST and third gender that's 1100, and PWD that's 1000, which is like, why, I don't know, they have such a huge amount of fees. It does not require that, but it is what it is. For NRI students, the students who are outside of India, they have to give 7000 for the application fees. And then for each additional, now here it is written na, fees for additional test papers per test paper. It just means that if I want to take psychology, I'm going to give 1400. But if I want to take psychology and sociology as well, I'm going to give additional 700 for that. Okay, if I want to take LLB as well, I'm going to give another 700 for that. So it just means that out. Additional subject just means whichever additional subject that you are going to take. Okay, they have actually made a really good brochure explaining everything about the exam, how to register, like their step 1, step 2, and at the end of the PDF they have actually mentioned the screenshot of everything, every step that you are going to do. I'll try to make a video on actually filling out the form, but I think many of the YouTubers are already doing that, so you can refer to Study Capital, I guess, Study Capital, right? So they are showing you how to exactly fill the form, so that's going to be helpful there. I try to make videos which nobody else is making. Okay, nobody else is going to share their experience, because they personally did not went through the exam. I personally went through the exam, so I have more wisdom to tell you rather than showing you how to fill the form because that thing those guys can do better than me. So you should watch StudyMate for how to fill the form. I can tell you what are the changes in the form and what are the changes in exam, and how to actually study for the exam and not study anything extra and get demotivated or overwhelmed. I'm just going to tell you what exactly you need to study. Mode of exam. So mode of exam is going to be CBT. So when I went through my exam, there were some documents that I had to take, which included my identity, admit card, and water bottle, transparent of course, a pouch, transparent, for one pen, not a lot of pens, of course. But I was over smart. Okay, not over smart, but I was over anxious. I thought, like, what if I lost one of my identity proofs? So I took all the 4 identity proofs, everything that they have mentioned as a choice. I took all of that. So I took my voter ID card, I took my driving license, I took my I don't know, there were 3 4 ID proofs I had. I took all of them, and then I had to go through all the chaos to submit those ID cards somewhere, because there was no definite place that I could put in my identity cards and feel safe about it. So but luckily I got some of the staff who were helpful and who took my ID cards and who kept it safe. But it was a lot of headache before the exam. You should not be getting through any kind of hustle. Although CUET-PG was smooth examination, like the staff was, like, everything was well organized and prepared. It was just me who was over anxious, who took like 10 pens, and I don't know what all things I took, but you should not take so much of things, only the things that they have mentioned. And always reach the examination center 1 hour, 1 to 1.5 hours prior, because the checking process is huge. Okay, so you are not allowed to wear any kind of jewelry like this. They actually put tape on my nose pin. I always have nose pin. They put tape on my nose pin. I was not wearing any other jewelry, no rings, no earrings, no hair clips fancy, just a rubber band. Okay, and your clothes should be very minimal, not a lot, like nothing where you can cheat. Okay, nothing you should wear where you can cheat, and you actually have to remove your shoes and show them your shoes. So I prefer go wearing chappals or sandals, so you don't have to tie your laces and all of that. And when you enter the examination hall, they actually scan your eyes and everything. So please don't try to cheat. Don't think of cheating, because they have cameras in the examination hall. They have good staff there. Like CUET UG experience was really bad for the students, but PG experience was not that bad, because everything was organized, smooth. And I gave exam in Noida, so it comes in metropolitan city. It was not very far away, in some village. So they have good facilities over there. They have waters, but they are going to disturb you to sign different kind of sheets, which is like there, but kind of have to deal with that. It's in the every exam. But apart from that, the examination process is very smooth if you just follow what they say. If they ask you to bring 1 ID proof, just take 1 ID proof. If they ask you to bring 1 pen, they are going to give you 1 blank sheet to do rough work. Sometimes there are not numericals in the exam, I'm telling you, not much of numericals, but sometimes you need to write down something. There are match the following questions, you need to write it down to check. So they are going to give you 1 sheet for that to do the rough work. So just take 1 pen, writable pen. Okay, not a very fancy pen with the lights and all. Don't take any fancy pen, just that 5 or 10 rupees pen. That's it. Okay, and your admit card, of course, which they are going to release 10 days, or I guess 2 3 days before the exam. Admit card they release 10 days before the exam, but the city of intimation they release 2 to 3 days before the exam, like in which city you are going to give exam. So while filling out the form, please make sure whichever city you are filling, it's close to your home, because you don't want to travel 4 hours away from home to give this exam. It's not worth it, of course. So I personally choose Noida, Faridabad, and give your preferences according to the location, because sometimes they give you your third preference as well. So my first preference was Noida. I got Noida. Then there was Ghaziabad, and then there was Faridabad. So city of intimation, please choose wisely. Yeah, that's that. Okay, so your exam is going to be CBT, which is computer based. You are going to give your exam on computer, which is why I asked my students to start studying from computer. Okay, if you are not in habit of watching a laptop or screen and using your brain while doing it, it's going to be very tough for you, because I have known like my batchmates as well. They told me that they got headache after some time, and they were not able to concentrate on the screen because they are not in habit of studying from the screen. I'm in habit of studying from the screen, so it was like not a big deal for me to give exam on computer. Books to read for CUET PG, have mentioned all the YouTube links that you should watch for this particular topic, and you have to just read Sisreli and Power Within. That's more than enough for this topic. Okay, then learning, memory, sensation, perception, emotion and motivation, intelligence and personality. Sisreli, Power Within, that's it, nothing else. Psychological testing, you should refer to this SK Mangal book or AK Singh book. This book is there for psychological testing. Then for abnormal and clinical psychology, Sisreli and Power Within, more than enough. Lifespan development, Sisreli, Power Within, more than enough. Statistics for psychology, refer to AK Singh book. That's it. The video is getting too long for you, so I'll talk about all the like how did I actually studied for my exams in the next video. Stay tuned, I'll release it as soon as possible. Thanks for watching me till this, and I hope this video helps, and I'll be bringing more content on this. So bye bye.